Here are some street food that you should try when you come visit the Philippines. Philippines have different variety of street food that I feel like every traveler should try. I listed my top 5. The first one is kwek-kwek. This is basically a hard-boiled quail eggs, little quail eggs, dipped in an orange batter. You can either use food coloring to make the batter orange, or you can use annatto seeds or achwete, which is the one that I like to use. It's basically like a seed from a fruit or a plant, and when you pour like hot water on it, the water turns orange, and you can pour that in the batter. That's also one of my favorite. I remember back in college, and when you're in college, you're broke. So I remember we would always go to the street vendor, make sure that this person, make sure that it's clean and stuff like that. For me personally, we go to this person all the time and nothing really happens to our stomach. So we never really caught anything. Yeah, kwek-kwek is my go-to street food. And then there's another one, they call it tokneneng. Tokneneng is basically another hard-boiled egg, but it's chicken. So it's bigger than the quail eggs. So hard-boiled, dipped in an orange batter. And sometimes they would put it in like a skewer. A skewer. They would put it in a skewer. So we would just get a stick, and then we would stick however many we want. And then we would put it in a little plastic cup. And then we would pour sauce. Sometimes they have like sweet sauce, they have spicy sauce, they have vinegar sauce. So they have different The next one is fish ball, squid balls, and kikiam. These ones are usually made out of fish paste and then flour and then, whatever seasoning, and they mold that into little balls. I like fish balls as long as it's cooked thoroughly. But if you are a traveler, I would recommend for you to go. Because I know there are restaurants that offer street food as well. Personally, I would not advise someone who's an expat or a traveler, especially if you have a sensitive stomach. I would not advise you to go to those street vendors and have street food over there. Just to be cautious, I would go to those restaurants and, you see them and you see the surrounding. It looks like it's well kept and maintained. I would go there. There are some restaurants in the Philippines that actually offer street food. But if you're the type of traveler that you want to experience local people's lifestyle, then, you are free to go to those little stand right next to the street and try the street food. Taho is one of my favorite too. It's like a warm soybean custard or a pudding, warm soybean pudding. And then they would put it in a cup and they would pour arnibal on it. It's basically a caramelized sugar on top of it with some tapioca pearls. And taho is usually being sold by a person, and he would carry it on his shoulder. There's 2 buckets and there's a little hole, and he would carry it and he would yell taho on the street. And I remember in the morning, every time I hear taho on the street, I would run outside and call him that you wanted a cup or something. So that's how they sell taho back in the day. I'm not sure now in 2023. But back in early 2000s, in the 90s, a person would walk with 1 bucket on the back, 1 bucket in the front, with a little pole connecting it together and walking and yelling taho, taho on the street. And then they would whoever's interested, they would come out of their house and buy taho. I miss having taho. Next one is puto and kutsinta. So these are rice cake that are served with shredded coconut on top. Puto is more of like a bread, like a rice cake, like a bread with shredded coconut. Kutsinta though is it's a little bit more sticky for me. The consistency is sticky. So it says here it's made out of it's a steamed rice cake found throughout the Philippines. It is made from a mixture of tapioca or rice flour, and then brown sugar and lye, enhanced with food coloring or annatto. So that's where it gets its color, because it's orange, and then you would put shredded coconut on top of it. Yeah, I miss eating kutsinta. So, but they always being sold together. So the way they're being sold is the same as taho being sold. Is this person walking around the neighborhood and then he would yell puto, kutsinta. So he would yell that, and then if someone likes some, then they would have to go out of their house and let the person know. But yeah, those are my 5 street food that you should try. If you are an adventurous type of traveler, you can also try isaw, which is chicken intestine. Of course, there's balut as well. And then there's this dugo, which is basically pork blood, and it's like solidify, and they would like cut it into squares, and then they would grill, and then you can dip it in the same dip as like vinegar or like sweet spicy dip. And those are for the ones that are like more adventurous when it comes to exotic street food. So if you want to add more to this list, leave a comment down below. That is all for this video, you guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye.